Jesus had sent all of his disciples away so that they could go out and do the work that Jesus himself was doing. Now the disciples came back, and they gather around Jesus and they tell him the great things that they had done.
We cast out demons.
We healed the sick. We preached about the good news of God. And Jesus was very proud of them all. But Jesus also noticed that his disciples had worked so hard that they were very tired and very hungry and thin. Do you remember when Jesus was so busy that he couldn't eat? Well, now that it is his disciples who are hungry, he is greatly concerned, and so he gets a plan. And he tells all of his disciples to get into a boat and to move to a faraway land where they can find rest. So they get into this boat and they start sailing away. But people saw them leaving, and they still wanted to be near Jesus. So they took off running. See, Jesus and his disciples were having a restful time in the boat, and so they were slowly moving to their destination. Therefore, the runners were able to move faster, and they beat Jesus to his destination. And then the boat hit land, and everyone got out of the boat. When they looked around, they were surprised to see that there were thousands of people present. They were greatly saddened because this was supposed to be their vacation spot, but everyone has come and ruined it. But Jesus responded differently than the disciples. He had compassion on all of the people because he saw that they all had great needs. So Jesus turns towards the crowd and he starts to teach them to take care of all of their needs. And then the disciples point out that it is late in the day and that if these people don't leave soon, they will starve to death. Translation: these people are so dumb that they can't even take care of themselves. Again, Jesus sees the situation differently. He sees people that are so desperate that food isn't even their main concern. Jesus knows that there are things that are more important than food. So Jesus tells the disciples to find an answer.
It'll take more than a year's wages to buy enough food for all these people.
The only option is to send the people away to fend for themselves and hope that they don't drop dead. Jesus has the disciples organize this large crowd. The disciples obey in faith, and they organize the crowds to sit in groups of 50 and 100. And then Jesus collects all of the food that he can find, which is only 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. Jesus raises the bread, and he raises the fish, and he blesses them, and he passes them out. And the bread kept coming, and 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 coming, until all people were satisfied. God provided for the needs of over 5,000 people. This miracle is done in an area in which all of us fail. Just like the disciples, we believe that there are more important things to focus upon than listening to Jesus. Who has time for God when we need food? Who has time for God when we have homework to do? Who has time for God when we don't even have enough time for our friends? This miracle that we saw today was done to show us that when our eyes are focused upon God, we will see things differently. We will discover that Jesus is our greatest need, and everything else is given by God when we make time so that we can focus upon the things of God.